Hello guys, my name is Erik Szczygieł and today I want to show you how I did the image on the right side, like the laser gun. That was done for a client who wanted some sort of a post-apo, something like this images, so maybe there will be more tutorials, maybe not tutorials, more step-by-steps from this project, but we will see how it will all turn out. So basically, since the gun I had to do was like a really simple concept and it was a really simple model, I decided to incorporate some 3D instead of going purely 2D in Photoshop, because still he wanted, like the client wanted a side view of the gun. So I decided, since maybe I will be making a little bit more guns for him and other like this post-apo science fiction stuff, maybe I will build like some really basic 3D library where I will be able later to speed up my workflow and maybe use some of these guns in some illustrations to populate the scene or something like that. As you can see, I'm using 3D code because it's pretty simple program, and especially for like hard surface stuff is extremely easy to use. And I was not using this program for a pretty long time, and I wanted to also remind myself how to basically use it. So I got a tutorial from Robot Pencil Anthony Jones. Here is the small image from his Gumroad, and I really encourage you guys, if you want to learn the basics of this program for the hard surface, to basically buy this tutorial, because in like 1 or 2 hours you can basically go and start modeling your own things, and it's extremely easy to use, and well, as you can see, it's really helpful, and it's also tons of fun to make models like this. So I was experimenting a bit because, as I said, I pretty much forgot how to use this software, but still it's pretty much all you will need in terms of doing stuff like this. Of course, you can go extremely crazy with it and do like a photorealistic models and everything, and to make them have a shitload of detail, but since I knew I will go into the Photoshop and will rework this one later, like to work it up later in Photoshop, I decided I will not go too crazy with the details, because some things like bolts or maybe some textures, I know it will be for me easier to basically apply them in Photoshop, but I still tried to incorporate some details. So as I said, I can remind myself how to pretty much use this program and maybe learn something new. So it's always great to try to learn something new, and in this case I really encourage you guys to try 3D code, because I was also using Blender, and Blender is also great, but I'm using it for other stuff. And back in the days I was trying to use ZBrush, but for my needs ZBrush was way too complicated, and I basically like had some troubles learning it. But as you can see, the 3D code is pretty self-explanatory. It's really easy for artists to work with, and as I heard, it's also extremely convenient for the 3D guys, from the guys like working properly in 3D, because you will give them a voxel 3D model that they basically can retopology and have a really proper 3D looking model. So in terms of a pipeline, like working pipeline, I heard 3D code is extremely good. And as you can see, since my experience in 3D is pretty much non-existing, I'm only using Rhinoceros 3D for basics. It allows to create pretty sweet stuff pretty quickly. And here I go to the Photoshop. So since I had the model, basically all the light was in it, and I only had to texture up the painting. All the textures were taken from textures.com site, so it's pretty much all I will ever need in terms of textures for this kind of stuff. So the main goal was to age the weapon a bit, to make it look like basically it's a little bit older. I forgot to record the last part when I add all the small details like the cables and the tape, yeah, the tape on the side. So it's only going to the like the clean version without any handmade modifications. But as you can see, it's still not much. The process is still not too different from the things I'm doing in here. So yeah. And I'm also trying to work on a little bit darker background, like maybe not too dark, but like in a middle range, because I wanted to see how the gun will look like in the neutral scenario, so later it can be without any problems get darkened if the background will be lighter, or it can be like I can make it lighter if the background will be darker. So here I am applying some effects like to the sticker to make it look a little bit older, and yeah, it's pretty much, as you can see, nothing special. It's way more like graphic stuff while doing this type of guns instead of like painting or drawing, so it's more Photoshop. But like as I said, the gun is pretty simple one, so there's no need for some crazy perspective or some crazy drawings. But one day I guess maybe I will do some sort of a like process video where I will try to tackle something a little bit more complex, and when I learn to use better 3D code, because I guess for this type of stuff I will stick to it like forever, because it's really great piece of software. So, and it's also not that expensive in terms of like the possibilities of this software, so it's really worth to check how it's really worth for you guys to check it out. So yeah, I hope you like the process. So pretty much that's all. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoy. Like, remember to subscribe and like and all the other stuff. So thanks, bye.